welcome back to the Valley, the old farm. I have rescued the brewer or lizard, depending on how you want to name it. It was actually pretty easy. I dropped the front loader down and was just able to drive it out of the ditch, which was kind of nice. So we're going to attempt to get the baling finished. So we've got to do, got to finish baling, finish windrowing it, finish baling it, finish wrapping it, and we'll see how far we get in the time that I have available. So this is the first video that I'm recording in the Christmas break, and the teenager is on her way home from uni, so she's driving at the moment. Mrs. D has had to go out for some unspecified shopping, which is something to do with my mum, so slightly skeptical there. Oh, cool, it's not got stuck this time, so we'll see what that's all about, I guess. So I've got a bit of time to myself, so what better way to spend that than playing some farming simulator? And because of the break, I don't have any normal videos pre-recorded, so I thought I'd jump on here and get this job done. So yeah, that's what we're doing, and hopefully he won't mind me saying, but I mentioned in the last one of these videos about talking to Mark Thor about getting the quick bale with some contract setups and stuff, and he is working on it. So it's actually in my inbox on Discord to have a play with a bit later today. So kind of looking forward to that. It's done a really nice job actually, as you probably would expect with Mark stuff. So yeah, that's kind of cool. Hopefully, I don't know what the schedule would be for releasing that, obviously, because there are limits on how often you can update mods on Mod Hub. So yeah, I guess keep your eyes peeled for an update, because it's kind of cool. And obviously, if then you're starting out on a save, but you've got the quick bale installed, it might crop up as an option for doing contracts, which, you know, is going to be nice. And one of the things he's done in those setups, and as I say, hopefully it will make it through and it'll be available to folks, is rather than those stupid 3-point bale loaders, he's got the one of the Anderson bale stackers. So nice, very nice. That will definitely be being added to here for the future. But to disappoint some of you, I'm still playing on a controller. The next excuse in why I haven't unpacked the wheel yet is currently I got all of the Christmas decorations out of the loft yesterday, and that's as far as as far as they've made it is stacked up in the spare room. I missed another bit. I'm gonna have to come back and get those towards the end, I think. So at the moment, I'm kind of squeezed awkwardly into my chair to work around the bags of Christmas decorations that we have. So my hope is that tomorrow will be Sunday for me. I can unpack all of that and actually have a play with it, because yeah, that would be kind of nice at this point. I think I've had it now for like 2 weeks, and it's just been sat in the box. So yeah, would be nice. It would be nice. If you're wondering why I keep missing the bale up beating full, I don't have sound on. You guys are getting sound recorded, but I do not have sound playing. The head's a little bit delicate at the moment, so yeah, as little sound as possible is very nice. And no, it's not delicate because of things like Christmas parties. My work Christmas party happened when I was traveling with work, and no, they didn't do that intentionally, because I'm miserable. I'm compared to most people I work with, I'm kind of normal, maybe ish. I'll let you, you can, yeah. But no, I was traveling with work, so I did not go to my work Christmas meal this year. Trying to remember if I went last year. I don't always go because it ends up costing me a bunch of money, because although the meal is provided by work, I have to pay to stay overnight because it's a long way from home. So yeah, I haven't gone to all of them. I've been to a couple of them, and yeah, they've been okay. So imagine a bunch of awkward geeks stood in a room making conversation. And speaking of which, Llama, and not necessarily everyone there is going to be an awkward geek, but there's going to be a few of us. And yeah, so that is closing rapidly. I'm just trying to think. This video, I'm not sure when this video will release actually. It is likely that this will be too late, but if you signed up and you didn't see my post on YouTube and you haven't replied to Pharmacop's email, then you need to. You might be too late now. I'm not sure, but yeah, if you haven't, try replying. And if you don't see the email, maybe check your spam folder. I don't know how the email came through. I did not fill the form in myself because I didn't need to. So yeah, I don't know. I think talking to Kartek yesterday when we were recording Diddly Squat, he just had an email from Pharmacop. So yeah. Yeah, I think it's gonna be cool. I'm so looking forward to seeing a bunch of kit in real life. It's going to be awesome. Yeah. So as I keep saying, if you don't know what I look like, I'll be the one stood next to Kartek. And if you don't know what Kartek looks like, he'll be the one stood next to me. Cool. To actually make it easier, they should be wearing some Disturbed merch. Should be, and I know Kartek is going to be wearing some Kartek merch, so that should make it easier. And genuinely, you know, we'll be at the Giants stand for the community meetup, so you can find us there, obviously. And if you see us walking around, then feel free to say hello, I guess, which will be incredibly weird for me. So yeah. Probably for both of us, actually, let's be honest. Hopefully the picture looks okay. So I fired up the PS4 and OBS wasn't detecting the output from the capture card, so I've had to re-add that to OBS and reapply the color grading, and I'm not... Oh, that's going to be so annoying. I'm not sure how the picture's looking, so yeah. Hopefully not too bad, but it is what it is. As I've said, this week and next week, and maybe into the first little bit of January, videos are going to be as and when. And this was an opportunity to quickly snatch recording a video whilst not being able to spend time with the family. So kind of why I'm doing it. It's break. I suspect in reality there will be plenty of opportunities for me to get stuff recorded. Just at the moment I don't have any gameplay footage recorded to add audio to, which would be much quicker. Yeah. Oh, I've done it again. I was actually really looking forward to getting back on here playing some more. So I'd kind of forgotten what I had to do initially, because I was planning to just fire the save up and make some progress. I've been looking at, I'm not sure what the app's called. There's an app that is available for PlayStation. We're just going to try and barge this beta out of the way. No, that's not going to work. Certainly for PS4, pretty sure it's available for PS5. These days not an expert on console-y stuff, but it lets you, let's tidy up some of the other bits while we're waiting for the windrower. It lets you play PlayStation remotely on PC, And I was kind of thinking that that would allow me to make some progress on my laptop whilst not having to sit upstairs. So yeah, something that I've got it installed. I just haven't actually got it working yet because I had the slight problem that I had previously connected. I think I've spoken about this. I'd previously connected the spare PS4 controller that I have to my laptop to use to play video games, and it gets picked up as that, not a peripheral for the PlayStation app. So yeah, that was cool. I just got really unlucky, obviously, with that one turn with it going in the ditch. So yeah, I'm thinking that for the times when I need to do kind of the jobs, the off-camera jobs. Speaking of which, how are... Oh, no, didn't mean to do that or that. Let's go back to that. How are the coos? They are... Okay, they've got plenty of feed. So, cool. Yeah, so that kind of thing I can do off-camera. Maybe some of the stacking of some of these bales, because that's going to take quite a while. Because this contract does have the stupid 3-point things, which is why our tractor and our bale trailer is over here. So that I can just load up our trailer and take them all to the sell point in one go instead of 4 bales at a time, because that's kind of stupid with how many bales there are in this field. Because there's quite a few, you know? It's not a non-trivial amount, so yeah. And we'll basically take, as I said before, the excess bales I'll take to the sell point as well, and we'll take the cash because we could do with it. That's why I'm doing the contract. So, and then probably, I'm not sure I think we're waiting for November to see if we can get a cut of our own grass in and the alfalfa that I planted. So yeah, that'll be cool. That'll be cool. I've done it again. Let's just keep the gas in and hopefully we can get most of the bale. So I'm assuming that mostly it's regulars watching this. So in case you haven't seen it, at the beginning of December, there was an update posted in the Maize Plus Discord, because obviously we haven't been doing the English streams for a while. Paul's not doing the German streams at the moment. Basically, the team is busy getting stuff done and working towards getting beta versions of the maps ready so that we can do the beta testing of Terra Life. Once those are ready, which shouldn't be too long, but obviously no dates for that. The plan is that we will start streaming again. Yeah, you'll get some updates then. There is the slight complication that Paul needs to move. So yeah, hopefully he'll get that sorted and get internet sorted and that kind of thing, because, you know, there's a bit of a delay in getting broadband and stuff and all that kind of jazz. So yeah, let's drop that back down. There we go. So we'll go grab the wrap up with this tractor, because the store's not that far. So yeah, so that's what's going on with Maize Plus and Terra Life. We do still need to do an update for the premium DLC. I'm not sure on the status of that, to be honest. Yeah, so if you're using the premium DLC, you will struggle to add the new crops except carrots because of the order that they are loaded. So yeah, they were working on an update to that and a few other things related to it. So yeah, just kind of be patient on that, I guess. Remember, people have jobs around doing this stuff, so, and families and all that kind of thing, and yeah, so it's all progressing, and you're just kind of gonna have to be a little bit patient, and eventually it will all become available. And yeah, when we start streaming again, obviously that'll make it a little bit easier to keep you informed on where we are and that kind of thing. Let's get back to the field. Brake! Oh, seriously, dude. Your crappy Citroen. Yeah, we'll get back to the field. I need to finish the baling up, and then we'll get the wrapping done. I'm not sure I'm going to show you all the wrapping because that's going to be pretty time consuming and pretty tedious. That would be a brilliant job for cosplay. Don't have cosplay, so yeah. Right. You can wait there. So I'm going to switch the engine off, and we'll just grab. I don't know if we're going to actually get a full bale out of this little bit, but we'll see. We'll see. So, no, we have a partial bale, so oh well. Going to switch tractors to pick up the bale off. And we're going to use the contract tractor to do the wrapping because that's not using our fuel. Makes sense to me. We're just going to drop the baler here, I think. So let's do that. It's kind of weird actually, just doing, you know, what's either what you can do with the base game worker or being limited to one job at a time, because, you know, normally I'd be making use of things like cosplay to help with this kind of work, and not an option. And I guess it gives a bit of an appreciation for how much extra work it is playing on console. So we're going to unfold, we're going to turn on automatic wrap, and yeah, and you know, the amount of effort or time that, now I know people that play the game put the same amount of time in, but it gives me a lot more appreciation for the amount of time that someone like a Mr. CP puts in to making a video, where, you know, he'll between videos have done a whole load of these big grass working contracts, and yeah, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work to get done. Actually, I'm going to turn off automatic drop because we're going to do what I used to do on Maypole, and we're going to use the bale wrapper to get bales stacked next to each other, because that'll speed up the loading a little bit, because we don't have auto load on the trailer that I have. So that will just help by, you know, dropping them in pairs. It'll be a little bit smoother to get the job done. Yeah, little tricks from playing on hard mode and not having things like auto load or bale loaders. So yeah. All right, let's drop that one. I have to remember all of the keys, obviously. Right, let's back up a little bit, and yeah, this does just speed up the loading process so much, grabbing 2 bales at a time. Yeah, I mean, to some extent, playing on console reminds me a little bit of playing on hard mode on PC, apart from the fact that I did still have things like cosplay and auto drive. So yeah. And what it reminds me of, actually, to some extent, apart from the controls, is the one-track challenge I did on Homeworld Farm on FS19, because part of that was only using mods available on all platforms. And I did have access to auto load because there was auto load on all platforms, and I was mostly doing arable farming on there, so there wasn't a lot of bale handling anyway. The point where there was a point where I switched that series, and because I'd loved that map so much, but I added after I did a year, I think, of that, and then I added in the horse extension version of the map released, and so I added Maize Plus and all that kind of thing. Yeah. By that point, I'd made quite a bit of cash, and because we were only allowed the one tractor, I had a lot of spare cash. And as soon as I got past that and moved into a fresh sort of thing without those rules, I had so much kit. It's kind of ridiculous. I mean, the one tractor that I had was a John Deere 8RT, I think. It's the 8RT. We go into the store because I think it's base game now. Well, a version of it is, not the version that I was using. Was the 8RT, and it was a modded one that you could put a front loader on as well. So I had a 400 horsepower, something like that tractor that also had a front loader, so it could do all of the jobs that I needed it to do, which is obviously pretty useful when you've only got the one tractor. So I think I started off with a tractor and a pickup truck and trailer and a combine, and that was it. Yeah. It was fun. It was fun. I did love that map. It's a real shame that the mod creator stopped supporting Equids. But that's what happens, and you just kind of have to let these things go at that point. And yes, I know there is a version on King Mods, but it's a dodgy convert, and I'm not going to touch it. So actually, this job is going a fair bit quicker than I expected, which is kind of nice. Kind of losing track of bales that we have to wrap because I'm randomly driving around the field, which is not the best idea. Probably do it in a slightly more organized fashion, but hey, it's kind of not how I do things, is it? And it's silage, not hay. Yep, dad jokes are still going strong. Well, some might not agree, but deal with it. It's one of the nice things about the teenager coming home is she appreciates my dad jokes much more than Mrs. D does. We have very similar sense of humour, so yeah, it's kind of cool. I don't know if I've spoken about it. I messaged her. It was her birthday on Thursday. It was her first birthday not being at home, which obviously Mrs. D hated. I wasn't at home either. I was away with work, but yeah, I messaged her and she was like, actually no, it was the day before. It wasn't her birthday. It was the day before. I messaged her anyway, and she asked me to teach her a few cooking things because she never cooked that much when she was at home. If she did, it was Insta food. So yeah, that's going to be kind of cool. And we did a couple of things with her before I went away, showing her a few of the things that I cook that she likes. She doesn't like everything that I cook, so but yeah, I'm looking forward to that. It'd be nice to spend a bit of time with her. And also this week I am headed back to Wales, I think I've said, and with my dad to look at his boat. Well, his previous boat that he is hoping to rebuy. So that'll be cool. Be nice to spend a bit of time with my dad. Doesn't happen that often. So, and doing something that we both enjoy, which is looking at boats. So yeah, it's going to be fun. A lot of driving because we're doing it. We're doing a single night, so it's going to be about 6 hours driving each day, depending on traffic. So yeah, and it slightly amused me. We were talking about logistics for the trip, and my parents live about an hour and a quarter away, and it was I'll get up because my house, or our house, is on the way from theirs, so he pretty much has to drive past my house anyway. So it's like, yeah, I'll get up really early and I'll get to yours early, and then I'm going to do the driving from there because he's getting on a bit. So yeah, we have very different definitions of very early, because I think he said he's going to aim to get here for 9. So that's not very early, Dad. That's not very early, but yeah, he is well into his 70s, so You know, for me, early would be him getting here at sort of 6:30, which wouldn't be a bad thing because we've got 6 hours of driving to do, and I know he wants to have a look at the boat when we get there, and we need to get there early if that's the case, because otherwise it'll be dark. Because it gets dark pretty early these days. It gets light pretty late as well. Oh, come on, Bale, stand still, stay still. And that's quite. So I've been playing through the winter on Glenlarvan, as some of you will know if you watch that series. And we're going to keep the Bale wrapper here just in case. And, you know, on there it gets light really late. Really late. It's a pretty accurate reflection on the UK in, you know, December. I think this morning it was probably well past 7:30 before it was, you know, light. So yeah, it definitely is not unrealistic with the lighting on there as to, you know, it gets dark really early. It doesn't get light until quite late. It's it's one of the things I dislike about this time of year is although the very light mornings tend to wake me up quite early. I know, shocker, something makes me wake up early. Oh, I did not put the weight on the back. A bit of a rookie mistake. So let's see if we can get over to the rear weight. This could be fun. I just don't want to put these bales down again and have to pick them up. Yep, realism is key, folks. Remember, realism is key. So, we're just gonna have to, let's just bite the bullet and drop them. Yeah, it's one of the things I dislike about this time of year is it's not so much of a problem now where I work at home a lot. You know, when you go into the office and with the times that I commute, I will get to work and it won't quite be daylight. And I'll then be working inside most of the day unless I, you know, decide to go out at lunchtime or whatever. But in the office, I tend not to take much of a lunch break because it's time that I could be working and therefore accumulating hours and therefore leave earlier. So yeah, that's kind of why I would work through what would be lunchtime if I'm in the office. But that means that it's not uncommon to go into work in the dark and then leave in the dark, and that's not a lot of fun. Yeah, it's not a huge amount of fun, I find. I don't think it's particularly healthy either. So yeah, it's less of a problem where I'm working at home because if I'm working at home, I will go out during daylight sometimes. I also have a daylight, which I quite often use at this time of year. So, otherwise known as a satellite. Yeah, and I was a little bit skeptical about it, but I think it is pretty good for, you know, kind of making you. So the reason that I picked one up is it's supposed to help you feel more awake, which can be something that I struggle with. Oh, come on, please let go of that pail. No. That. Hear the heating firing up as well, which is kind of nice because it's kind of chilly today. It's kind of chilly. Yeah. Unusually, I've got the door open to the spare room because because I'm home alone, it means I can hear the dogs if there's a problem, and it also means that they can hear me, which sometimes helps with Joker's separation anxiety. Sometimes it makes it worse, but we're working to try and get him comfortable with being on his own a little bit, because it's getting a bit tiresome at night. So, yeah. And as by on his own, I mean with his 3 brothers. No. But yeah, at night he's not a happy puppy at the moment. We've just upped his medication. So, for those of you that aren't aware, Joker is our old greyhound that has dementia. And he takes medication for it, which is designed predominantly to deal with the anxiety that comes with. And that comes in the form of him not enjoying not having a human around. It's probably a better description of being on his own. And he will cry a lot. So, it's like when we go to bed, he will cry. And if he doesn't settle down, it results in one of us sleeping downstairs. So that he settles down, so that he's happy, so that we're not annoying our neighbours, and so that we can get some sleep, because he can get quite loud, So we're working on getting him used to not having someone around again. I mean, that's kind of tricky, because during the day with Mrs. D's health issues, she's often, sat with the dogs. He has got very used to there being humans around all the time. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how that dynamic adjusts with having the teenager back as well, because obviously Mrs. D and I go to bed at pretty much the same time most of the nights, so as you do. But university student teenager probably doesn't, so I'm not sure what I'm going to call her in another year's time, because she won't be a teenager then. Might still end up calling her the teenager, because you'll know who I'm talking about then. Yeah. If we can do a similar thing to what we did before. There we go. No. No. Damn you. Far down the hill you're going to roll. Ramming speed. Nailed it. I'll try and line up with the gap again. The idea of not moving was that I was already in the gap. What is it? Let's back up. Let's drop it down. Pick it up. All good practice for doing things. I am looking forward to, and I don't think it's going to work on here, but on PC, having the joystick for doing a load of work. Yeah, it's going to be really good. Have we got a... No, that's a lone bale, so we'll grab that at another point. How many more pairs have we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 7 more pairs. Wow, it's a fair bit more loading to do. Right, back up, down. Okay. I don't know if we'll actually fit all of these on the trailer in one go. And I'm going to really miss better contracts for telling me how many bales I need to actually deliver to complete the contract. Because I bet it's not that many. I bet it's not that many. So some of you will know that on top of being a gaming nerd, I'm also a bit of a computer geek. Shock, I know. And so sat next to me, amongst the Christmas decorations, is a used desktop server that I picked up off of eBay for £48 delivered. And winging its way to me at the moment in the post is a graphics card that I've bought for about £50, and also an SSD because the computer came without a drive in it. So, or I think so far the grand total of about £120. I have a gaming PC on its way. Indefinite, in inverted quote. So it's the computer that's going to be the base of it is basically like an old office workstation. But what I want to do is, 120 quid, 100, even, a little bit more by the time I've got Windows and stuff, is less than the cost of a used PlayStation 4. I think. Certainly looking on eBay, it's less than the cost of the listings that I saw for a PlayStation 4. And what I'm curious of is how well is this £120 going to run the game, £120 PC going to run the game compared to PlayStation 4? Because one of the things, you always see when people ask about mods on console and the answer is get a PC, one of the common complaints is, well, I can't afford a PC. And so, yeah, going to have a look at, it's not the cheapest I could buy, but I've been kind of curious about one of these used workstations for quite a while anyway. It may get repurposed for other things in my enjoyment of messing with tech, but it's it's something that I've spoken about doing in the past, and I kind of shelved because I didn't want to deal with some of the support aspects that will probably come from it. But yeah, I was browsing eBay and watching some YouTube videos about this kind of stuff, and I was like, yeah, let's just do it. Let's just do it. Let's have some fun. And for me, messing with computers is fun. So yeah, it should be. It'll be an experience, whatever. I am kind of curious as to how playing FS on it will compare to this, and then once you start adding things like Courseplay or whatever, is it going to completely cripple it, or is it going to cope? Yeah, that's kind of what I'm curious about, because if it can actually run FS in even any level of no, I should have strapped them on. Think. Stop talking. Think. Right, let's back up. Drop these off. They're going to be in the way there. Yeah, if it can play FS in kind of any half decent way, then I think it's going to be kind of interesting for people. If you're on a budget, but you want to get into playing farm sim with quote unquote the good mods. Not every PC only mod is a good mod. Different story, but it's it might be an option for folks. Yeah, kind of looking forward to that. So the bits should be here before Christmas. So I am hoping that I can mess around with that over the Christmas break. Come on. No, don't you fall off as well. No. Put this down. Go. Pick it up properly. There we go. And, yeah. The other project that I would like to get finished while I'm off. Any side panel. And that's so very close to being finished. It's ridiculous that I... No. What we can do is... Not that. Yeah, it's so close to being finished, it's pretty ridiculous that I haven't. It's got two buttons that aren't functioning properly, which I think would probably take me maybe 5 or 10 minutes to fix. The slight issue, going back to what I was talking about earlier, is that, you know, kind of the times that I would be doing that normally are... No, she was great. This is going so smoothly. When you know, like if Mrs. D goes to bed early and that kind of thing, I would tend to then mess about with stuff like that. So, and with Joker's dementia, that doesn't necessarily work at the moment, because I'm kind of lucky at the moment. He's being pretty chilled out. Quite often, after, you know, 10 minutes or so of being on his own with 3 other dogs, he will want humans, and, you know, I'm not going to leave him crying because I want to play with, you know, tech. So it's just not fair on him. You're seeing my finest bail handling skills here. Let's pick this one up instead. Charge. There we go. Right. Sorry about swinging the camera around. That was me getting the controls wrong. See if we can fit these in the hole. Not sure the hole is big enough. Yep. Hole is no. I am struggling with the controls today, can you tell? Let's just pull it in there. And I'm not going to risk any more. We are going to put some belts over them. There we go. Hopefully they won't fall off now. Right. Let's go grab some more of the bales. Yeah, so that will be a video coming at some point. I'm not sure what format the video is going to be, but kind of an excuse to play with some stuff that I've wanted to play with, you know. Is oh, insert word that would be beeped out if I actually said it. This is what I say about slow, smooth is fast. Because if I'd driven slowly, Bale wouldn't have gone flying, and we would have already put it on the trailer. Yeah. probably have made sense to move the trailer, but hey, we've only got about 6 bales left to put on, and yeah, slowly make the turn, slow and steady. At the very least, the bales that are on there shouldn't fall off now. There we go. So let's go grab the other pair, and then we'll do these loose ones. Something else that is going to change ever so slightly soon is my logo. So, and only very slightly. So it's still going to be the same picture and stuff. I've just very luckily had a little bit of work done on it to neaten it up a little bit and make it look a little bit nicer. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to getting that. I'm not going to mention who's done it because I don't want him getting a flood of requests to do stuff for people, because he's a very busy person. Yeah, but that's going to be very cool. I am very, if you are watching, I am very appreciative of you taking time out of your very busy life to make my logo look better. Right, and that. Oh yeah, not going to be a big change, but it's, some of you may not even notice. It's quite a subtle change, but I think it looks a lot better, and it will be appearing in game. So. I'm going to make use of Wardrobe Plus to in-game in-game a hoodie and maybe a cap or something like that. Almost done with this contract. I can't believe it's taken me 2 videos to do one baling contract. Well, I can. So this has taken quite a while. But hey, you can't say I cheated it because you watched me do it. I'm sure you could cheat it on console anyway. Actually, one thing I am contemplating doing as a video, and I'm curious if any of you guys are interested, because it's something that's kind of piqued my curiosity, is so for the stuff that I do with Cartech, and for the far too infrequent at the moment patrons multiplayer, I have a couple of dedicated servers, G-Portal dedicated servers, and I am curious at looking at, partly for the future, if I want to keep this save going after I've got bored of playing on console, is porting the save across to PC using a dedicated server. Because I think on console you can push a save up to a dedicated server, and then through PC stuffs I could grab that, and it's just up by the animal dealer, and then port it across to PC. But yeah, I'm kind of curious if anyone else is interested in that kind of level of geekery. I think it could be interesting. We are going to go with slow smooth. Smooth is fast, because this is quite heavy, and also I don't want to be reloading bales if I can help it. So, and I know the up by the animal dealer is some pretty horrendous curbs. So, yeah. Yeah, if you're interested in that, then drop a comment below, because obviously, you know, if you, it's kind of one of those things where maybe if you were on PC, on console, you could ask a friend to do it for you if you didn't have a PC, or something like that. I don't know. I don't know if it's at all useful, because of the fact that you need to have both. And I don't know, you know, I know some people have both, and whether there's interest in being able to port saves between the platforms. I don't know if you can go the other way, so I don't know if you're on console, if you can pull a save down from a multiplayer server. It's something that I'd have to have a look at in a bit more detail, but yeah, I'm kind of curious as to whether people think that would be interesting. All getting this trailer into here is going to be interesting. Is slowly. There we go. And then oh, we got a trophy and a bunch of cash. Wow. A lot of cash. And this is going to result in the trailer being left here. I'll come grab it afterwards. I'm going to complete the contract. So that earned us a good 25 grand, which is pretty nice actually, considering how dire our financial situation was. So I'm going to go grab this trailer, and I am also going to say thank you for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed this fairly long ramble. Thank you to the patrons and the YouTube channel members. Appreciate you guys supporting the channel. If you enjoyed the video, click the like button. Any comments, questions or suggestions, stick them below, and I will see you next time.